Like moving on from martial arts, stuntman. What does that involve?
Well,
how do you train for that? What do you do on the
Dude,
job?
freaking stunts is bonkers, man. Being a stuntman is a tough gig.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
All right, so for me, I was a actor, so performer and martial artist. So those two things just naturally evolve into stunts and pro wrestling eventually, right? But dude, stunts is hard. Firstly, you got to decide, you know, are you just going to do stunt? Like what I did was, you know, punching and kicking and falling down, basically. Right. So it was fight scenes. But then stunts also includes cars, you know, boats, getting set on fire, things like that, right?
Yeah, like some stuntmen have to like flip the cars over while they're in it, which is just like
that's a whole new skill set, right?
Yeah.
So it really, like, you know, it's saying, what about stunts? It's kind of like saying, how long is a piece of string? There's so many different things you can do. You can be like falling off buildings and
So
things.
what was like some of the stuff that you did?
So for me, I was doing fight scenes, right?
Right.
So like I trained in you know, the Hong Kong style of action, and my master, I shouldn't call him a master, the guy who was training me, he was on Jackie Chan's stunt team throughout the 90s and noughties. So he did movies like, he did a couple of the Rush Hours, he did Shanghai Noon.
Oh, wow.
He did some of the smaller Hong Kong ones like the Twins Effect, these kind of movies, right? But like the way they work in Hong Kong is like, I should stop saying like so much. That's not good. Is it?
You say less than us.
Yeah.
The way they like, oh my God. I do it again. The attitude, okay. The slogan of the slogan of the Hong Kong Stuntman Association, he told me when he was in it, risk life, save money. So that's the kind of attitude you're dealing with.
Wow.
No bullshit.
If you dude, I've never had a harder teacher in my life. This dude was so tough.
Right.
It's like you're expected to backflip off a balcony whilst on fire into a pool of broken glass. And if you're like a little bit hesitant, he's like, no, you're so weak. What's wrong with you? Harden up. Harden up.
That is the ultimate chat.
It's just like a psychopath.
Yeah.
But the stunts attracts kind of type A personality.
I think so.
Yeah.
He was telling me stories about when he was back in Australia. He was from Melbourne. We're in Australia before he went to Hong Kong was with Jackie.
Right.
And just the stuff he did just as a thing to do was bonkers.
Well,
It's
like as a hobby.
not necessarily as a hobby, but like he'd kind of do it towards stunts, sort of. But he was like, one day we're driving past a train station in Melbourne. And, you know, there's like the bridge that goes over the train track. And then there's like a pole sticking up like 10 meters away from it or something.
Yeah.
A pole with the dingy-dongy lights on it or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, when I was younger, before I went to Hong Kong, I was going to jump off the bridge onto the pole. Yeah, I was going to do that. Yeah, we didn't have a camera at the time, so I didn't. I'm like, what? I was like, yeah, I was jump off. What? I was like,
But just for fun.
this 10-meter jump from this bridge to catch a pole.
Be like, I did it.
Here's a thing to do. I think his attitude was he would film it and then it would be part of his stunt show reel. I think that was his attitude.
Right.
But that's the kind of people, like, just fearless men.
So are you doing stupid shit like jumping off buildings into like glass?
Yeah. How do you?
Where did you draw
I
the line?
did because I'm not that talented. Other people
Talented?
did.
What talent you need?
Dude,
I mean, like, how do you train for that? That's what I want to know.
There's a natural level of talent that's required. So the guys who become career stuntmen are generally speaking the kids who were, you know, the fastest runners in school, the kids who are naturally very physically
Athletic,
active.
right.
Naturally very. I'm not. I was a fat kid at school, so I got a level of skill just because I trained, but I don't have the natural talent for it. Right. Yeah. These guys, man, like I've got friends who now are doing the stunts in all the like the Marvel films and so forth.
Right.
Okay.
And they're just the moment they were born, they were better than me after 100 years of training. You know what I'm saying? It's like my capoeira teacher.
That guy could just throw himself off buildings so goddamn. I wish that were me.
It's like they backflipped out of the womb with a six-pack and a charming smile. You know, it's like just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. My goodness.
God.
Yeah, so it's like that's the level of natural talent that's required. But also, when you get to that level, a lot of them just.
Just crazy.
Type A personality.
You have to be. You can't. Like
100%. If you're willing to be hit by a car, you know, like just stand there. We're gonna drive a car into you. Okay. You know, like just freaking crazy.
Oh, good take.
Was that good? We can do. All right, let's do it again.
It's just on the ground, legs broken. Was that good?
A lot of wrestlers as well. It's like, you know, okay. So it's funny when we're pro wrestlers, you're backstage in the locker room.
Yeah.
Everyone's normally so mellow.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like, oh, I want to go shimoso. So chilled out. And then, okay, so we'll go into the ring and 3 minutes in or so, you can hit me with the baseball bat wrapped up in barbed wire. He's like, they hit me with it here last week. It's still healing, so you better hit me with it here. Really? Are you sure that's what you want me to do? What do you want to do? Let's take a quick break for this 1 minute break. And we'll be right back on the Voice of Africa Radio Network.